Adullam Grove Nature Reserve is a nature reserve in central Israel south of Beth Shemesh, managed by the Israel Nature and National Parks Protection Authority. The park is full with archaeological sites, including a number of ruins of rural villages with findings from the late Second Temple period and the Jewish-Roman Wars, Byzantine period Christian churches, as well as remains from earlier and later times. The reserve was established in 1994, covering 5,380 dunams or 5.38 square kilometer, and was extended to include another 1,152 dunams. The reserve was declared in order to protect Mediterranean forest, woodlands, and scrub that grow naturally in the area. Horbat Midras in Hebrew or Khirbet Madras in Arabic, sometimes spelled Madras or Midras, dated to the 10th century BCE until approximately the 4th century CE, is located within the boundaries of the reserve. Horbat Midras, also known as Khirbat Durusha, is an ancient archaeological site located in the Judean hills of Israel. The site is situated approximately 22 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem and 7 kilometers northwest of Beth Jubrin. Founded in the early Hellenistic period or the 3rd century BC, it grew to a large and rich ritual rural settlement in the 1st century BC to the 2nd century AD, when it was destroyed in the Bar Kokhba revolt. A small Christian community erected a church in the 5th to 6th century but destroyed in the 7th century AD. The site contains several structures, including a synagogue, a large cistern, and a bathhouse, which are believed to have been built during the Roman period. The synagogue at Horbat Midras is particularly notable for its impressive mosaic floor, which depicts various scenes from the Bible, including the binding of Isaac and the parting of the Red Sea. The synagogue also contains several inscriptions in both Hebrew and Aramaic, which provide valuable insights into the religious and social life of the Jewish community that once lived in the area. Excavations at Horbat Midras have been ongoing since the early 20th century and have yielded a wealth of information about the ancient history of the region. Today, the site is open to visitors and managed by the Israel Nature and Parks Authority as part of the Adullam Park. Location: the site is situated on the northern slopes of a spar. The ruins cover an area of 250 dunams or 25 hectares, one of the largest rural settlements of the Second Temple period in Judea. Access to the site is from Highway number 38 from a park road that starts near Moshav Sfirim. History: Persian and Hellenistic period. The Jewish village was founded in the Persian or early Hellenistic periods. It grew during the Hellenistic period. The early Roman period, the village reached its zenith during the early and middle Roman periods. During the Great Revolt, the village may have been damaged, but after this revolt, the village continued to prosper. An Egyptian geographer, Claudius Ptolemy of Alexandria, wrote in his world map AD 150 about sites in the Levant. He mentions Drusus as a village in Judea. About these hiding complexes, during the Bar Kokhba revolt, Jewish residents across most of the villages in Judea tried to save themselves by constructing underground hiding places. The Roman historian Cassius Dius wrote about the Historia Romana. To be sure, they did not dare try conclusions with the Romans in the open field but they occupied advantageous positions in the country and strengthened them with the mines and walls in order that they might have places of refuge whenever they should be hard-pressed and might meet together unobserved underground, and they pierced these subterranean passages from above at intervals to let in air and light. Devastation of Judea. These hiding places may have saved some of the souls, however, the carnage that followed the onslaught left the village in ruins. After its destruction, the Jewish population ceased, as all other Jewish villages in northern Judea. 50 of their most important outposts and 985 of their most famous villages were razed to the ground. 580,000 men were slain in the various raids and battles, and the number of those that perished by famine, disease, and fire was past finding out. Thus, nearly the whole of Judea was made desolate, a result of which the people had forewarning before the war. It was written by historians Cassius Dio. After 136 AD, Jews were forbidden to return to all settlements in the vicinity of Jerusalem. The pyramid, this structure built of dressed stone, is the only one in Israel. The base is about 10 meters long and is currently 3.5 meters high. The top 3 rows of stone are missing. Together with the top 3 rows, the height was around 5 meters. The pyramid is located in the ancient village's cemetery at Midrash ruin and is probably a monument to people buried in the cave below it. At Etri or Etri ruin, it's adjacent to Hurbat Midrash where we've been. So it's also called Suwed in Arabic, which means mother of the buckthorns. It is an archaeological site situated in the Judean lowlands in modern-day Israel. Excavations of the site uncovered the remains of a now partially restored Jewish village of the Second Temple period, wherein are preserved an ancient synagogue, wine press, cisterns, ritual baths, and stone ossuaries, as well as an underground hideout system. The village was violently destroyed during the Bar Kokhba revolt. Location: the site sits upon an elevation of 406 meters or 1,332 feet above sea level, located southeast of Beth Shemesh, within the Adullam Franz Park, 35 kilometers southwest of Jerusalem, 5 kilometers southeast of the Ela Valley, and 8 kilometers northeast of Beth Jubrin. Excavation: a rescue excavation was carried out at Hurbat Etri in 1999 to 2000 in behalf of the Israel Antiquities authorities, following a long-running looting at the site. Its purpose was to uncover the ancient remains and make the site accessible to tourists. As early as 2004, excavations were conducted on the site by Amir Ganor and Sari Eliyahu. In 2016, an additional survey excavation was made of the site by Itan Claim. History: Persian period. The site was first occupied during the late Persian period. Artifacts of the period include Yehud coins, a coin minted in Babylon, and 2 fakes of Athenian coins. Hellenistic and Hasmonean period. Numerous remains from the Hellenistic period have been discovered at the site, including rooms incorporated into later buildings, cisterns, and underground quarries. Since the majority of the structures were dismantled or incorporated into later structures, it is difficult to determine the extent of the hamlet during this period. The size of the site during this time was greater than 7 dunams, according to coinage and location of the rock cut sections of the property. A few Hasmonean period prutas as well as coins of Seleucid rulers Antiochus VII and Demetrius II struck at the time are examples of artifacts from the time. The site's material culture suggests that its residents throughout the Hellenistic period were Jews, and some of the ritual baths have been found there are most likely from this time period. Early Roman period. During the early 1st century CE, the large-scale development took place in the site. The village reached its peak on the eve of the First Jewish-Roman War when its built-up site encompassed around 10 dunams. Archaeological findings at the site reveal that its inhabitants had several sources of income, namely a columbarium facility for breeding doves and producing fertilizer, and loom and spindle weights for spinning and weaving. However, its numerous wine presses suggest that the town's inhabitants were engaged in viniculture or vine culture. First Jewish-Roman War. During the First Jewish War, 67 to 73 CE, the village suffered damage and some of its structures demolished and was momentarily abandoned. Thanks for watching.